Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Ismael, and today I will guide this conversation about hunting. But before we start, it's important to explain how Talk and Talk works and how this conversation will work too. So, Talk and Talk is a community where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and also Italian. So, important to remember that this is a conversation, this is not a class, but you will learn a lot. But it's important to remember that we are not here to correct you, but we are here to help each other, to learn with each other. So, this conversation, I am putting the questions on the chat one more time about hunting. So, we have 10 questions, actually, 11 questions to guide this conversation. Maybe we will answer all then, maybe not. And we will start introducing ourselves. So, Nathaniele, can you start introducing yourself for us?
Yeah, sure. Hi guys, my name is Nathaniele, but everyone's calling me Nachi. I'm 32 years old. I live in Fortaleza, Ceará. Actually, I'm at work right now, so probably I should close my cam and microphone sometimes, so sorry for that. And I work as a secretary. I live just with my dog, and in my free time I like to read and sleep as much I can. And I think that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much. And what about you, Gustavo?
I have 27 years old. I'm father of I live in Minas Gerais, Córrego Novo, a very small city, just 3,000 people around, very small. I work with technology. I'm front-end engineer, and I like to read also. So to immersion on histories, to travel on histories, and also to learn language. And it's about me.
Very good. Thank you so much, Gustavo. And what about you, Swelling?
Good morning, guys. I am Swelling. I live in Cubatão, Baixada Santista. I am looking for a job. I am an employee now since February. I like to be here because I think it's a good way to learn and practice English. And that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Swelling, for sharing about you. And you, Daiane.
Hello, my name is Daiane. I'm 23 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital. I'm a little sick. I studied psychology. I am in the last year of my college. I also work in the human resources area. And that's it, I guess.
Very good. Thank you so much. So, about me, as you know, my name is Ming. I'm 21. I live in São Paulo with my parents and my grandmother. In my free time, I love to sleep as much as I can, as Nathaniel said too, that she loves to relax. I love these too, and to stay with my cat. So the topic today is about hunting. So the first question is, what is your general opinion about hunting? So, Daiane, we can start with you. What's your opinion? Or do you have an opinion?
I don't think I have a formal opinion, but thinking about the topic like now, I think that is a bad thing because I don't know about the animals, we explore the animals, we like kill all the environment too. So in addition to this, we kill them. So I think that it's negative not just for us, because in the future I think that we will have bad consequences about this with this, but also for the environment, for the animal itself. So I don't think that is a good thing in general.
Yeah, I think like my opinion is similar to your opinion, because I think this is something bad, and I totally agree when you said about like the future. Yeah, maybe it's something good for some people now, but we don't know about the future. So, and what about you, Gustavo? Do you have an opinion about hunting?
Yeah, it's very similar to that. But I was thinking more deeply about it, and I know that some some people like to eat a meal on dinner, and to eat some fresh, and they kill animals. And thinking more deeply, I know that it can be a other kinds of hunting, uh, like a regular hunting, because we can create animals to kill them after. So I don't know how to do a mix of that truth about us, because I like to eat meal also, and but I like it animals also. So maybe I am a contradictions man, but I'm trying my best to have an opinion about it.
Yeah, you said something really important, that I don't know if we can consider this hunting, but maybe yes. Like people who is always fishing to eat fish, or killing like cows to eat. And it's something like that it's common, but I think it's something bad too, yeah. So I don't know. And just filing.
First of all, Nathaniel, congratulations for you that you are here and working. I think it's incredible. Congratulations for your effort. And I think I am the eldest here. I forgot this. I am 35 years old. And my opinion about this, I think hunting is a bad thing, like Diane has said, because I think we should to preserve the wild animals, the animals that they are in risk of extinction. So I think we have to preserve, and I don't know if I am correct, but I like to eat meat and chicken. Unfortunately, I don't know. I am not a vegan person, but I think hunting it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And you, Nathaniele.
Yeah, I agree with the guys. I think it's not a good way to pass the time. It's not a good hobby, because the animals, they are just there living their lives, and someone is trying to shoot them. I think it's a bad hobby. But of course, when it's something that it's because they need to eat, is like a work, is other kind of things. But just for sports, I don't think it's a good hobby.
So you think that it is not ethical, like to use like hunting as a sport, yeah?
No, just without guns. If the guys want to kill the animal, with the first, okay, but not with guns.
Oh, okay.
Try your best to with the animal.
Yeah, like if you want to do this, like try with your own hands.
Yeah. And good luck.
Yeah, very good. And you, Swelling, do you think like hunting for sport is ethical?
I think it's worth thing that the human being can do to the animals. I think even for, I don't know, more and more for sport. I think there are other sports that we can practice. Why kill the animals just for pleasure, for pleasant? I don't know. I think it's a bad thing to do.
I think we have many other things that we can do like as a sport. So why hunting animals like is something funny for some people, yeah. And what about you, Dayani?
I agree with you. I think that is not so cool because the animals are not a play, you know, they are not a toy or something like that. So I don't think that we should use them for fun, you know. Even when we need to eat them, I don't think that it's necessary to do this as a sport, you know, like because hunting for a sport it looks like something that you do just for fun, you know, just kill and then that's it. And I don't think that this is cool. And the animals didn't agree with that too, so it's even worse because when we are playing like with other human or in a place that we can play like tirar o alvo, something like that, we agreed we have the proper environment to do this, but in this case it's not like that, you know. It looks like we are invading the space and killing the animals just for fun, so it's not so good.
Yeah, you said something like really important, like about feeling that we are like invading their own place, because like this is something that when they do this, we feel like we are afraid of this, yeah. Like when some animals like they get out of the forest and they come like to the city, so we don't feel good with this. So why do they need to feel like good when we are doing this, yeah? So, and you, Gustavo, what do you think?
That question is do you think about hunting?
Yeah, it's the number two. If do you think hunting for sport is ethical?
Okay, yes. Or also my opinion is very similar. I agree with you all here. Hunting for sport is not a good way to practice sport. It isn't ethical because ethical things assumes that you respect each other, and the animals also have to be respected. Uh,
Very good. And thinking about this, what do you think about the number three, Gustavo? Are there specific circumstances where you believe hunting is justified?
So it's a great and hard question to respond for me because, as I have said before, uh, I like to eat a meal, so it's difficult to answer. And I know about the other context. Also, I have already seen animals on cities. Had one time that I see a macaco, I don't know the name in English, on the police of the energy. And I believe that they don't are there because are there was a good place to joke or to stay. Do you know? They was there because we create our series on new place. So is a a way to hunting. So is a question on my head on my mind. So it's difficult to answer. Is justified. So maybe not. I will start thinking that any kind of hunting is justified. Even eat meal, but I have said that I like to eat, so I'm very confused about this topic because I had to think more because it's hard to me to answer and to be honest with myself and with others also.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because it's something that we don't talk like every day about this. Yeah. And as you said, like I eat meat too. So when I think about this, I really get confused too, like if I am like saying the right things or not, because I eat meat and I don't like agree with hunting, but like something that my grandmother always say, but I don't know if I agree. She always say that, oh, some animals they were made to eat and some to live their life like in a free way. So, and what about you, Nathaniel? What do you think?
Um, I think in this case that is for each working. For me, it's okay because it's like the, I don't know English, cadeia alimentar. If we don't eat some this animal, other animals, is a natural thing. But you hunting just to hurt the animal, like has some place that has fishing that you fish the fish and put them in the water again. For me, it's worse because they hurt the animal and put them in the river again. It's better to eat. And so for me, for it's okay, but just for her, hurt the animal, no.
Yeah, you said something really interesting because this is something that it's really common to see. Yeah, like people like all the weekends, every weekend, like going to fish just to do this. And I don't know how they don't feel like, oh my God, I'm doing a bad thing with an animal. So, and you, Dayani?
Um, it's number 3, right?
Yeah.
I think that I just can think about one circumstance that I do agree that hunting is necessary. That is when we have a species that it's invading the environment, that is causing more trouble than everything. So we need to kill that species or at least diminish, I don't know, the number of animals that we have from that species, just to make the balance, just to create a balance in the nature. I think that it's the only case that I think that hunting is justified. And I think that hunting is different from creating animals in a farm, for example, right? Because hunting, when you do hunting, you're following like animals that are free, in the nature. And I think that when you create them in a farm, you kind of create them since they are born to kill them. So I think that is different. So hunting is not good because of that.
Like sometimes I thinking in this way that you said, maybe okay, if you will kill the animal, give them like a good life, but at the same time I think, oh my god, like animals, they have emotion, they have feelings too, and so you try to make them trust in you and then you kill them. But this is something that we are doing all the time, yeah. So and you, swelling.
I agree with Diane. I don't remember the name of the animal that the animal were hunted because there were a lot of them. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was occurred in Colombia. I don't know, and maybe here in Brazil. But I agree. If there are a lot of species, and maybe can prejudice the environment, the other animals, and the human beings. In that case, I agree with the hunting. But like I have said, I eat meat and chicken, but unfortunately, I'm not vegan. So for this, I agree with hunting, with eat animals, but just for fun, I disagree totally. I totally disagree.
Very good. And I think like we can skip to number 6 and we can start with you, swelling. Like, do you believe there should be stricter regulations on hunting practices?
Maybe, yes, I do. Maybe just for control the number of the species. I don't know. Like Diane have said, if an specific species that prejudice can be prejudiced, I think it's good. It's necessary. I don't remember the animal. I don't know if it were buffalo. I don't know. I don't know, guys, if you had heard some news about that, but just in that case, I agree.
And you, Diane?
I think that it should have, because of that, I think that when you do this a lot, we kind of create a unbalanced situation in the environment, and this can spread diseases, and at the same time can like make the nature be worse for us, creating new species of virus and everything. So I think that we should have like punishments more severe, to the ones that do hunting just for fun, you know. But I think that it's something hard to create, because I think that the nature, like the forests and everything, are so big that it's hard, I think, to control this kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe it's something hard to control because we have many people doing this, yeah. And what about you, Nathaniel?
Yes, I agree that's something difficult to do, but I think it's necessary. Not send people to jail or this kind of things, but they have to pay some, I don't know, I think it's not taxes, but multas if they don't respect the rules for hunting. Because when something we have to pay something, the person sometimes think twice before they do if it's a lot of money involved. So I think it's necessary.
Yeah, you said this about like money, and I know that some people like they sell like the animal's head, yeah, just to put like as a decoration. So in this kind of thing, I don't agree to, but I think like we needed to have more like rules, more laws about this. And you, Gustavo?
60 question.
Yeah.
Okay, before my response, Diane was very wise on your when she uttering about the previous question, because he have helped me on my confusion about this topic, and they said about the domination about the some animals that need to be controlled. It is, I think it is a good thing. Not only to it's bad for the animals that will be killed, but it will be good to allow to all around systems of animals that it also need to live, also need to keep their lives in safeness. So I think we as human beings are doing a very good work, because if you read the book of Genesis, for example, you can see that God's created the human and the talked to them, wholly over the all things, all the animals. So I think God say this because human beings are is more smart, and they can help our system to keep in safeness. And it is not for the glory of the humans, it's for the glory of a kind more big than Earth. So so now responding the question, now I think it's okay to regulate some huntings. It's to control the system.
And thinking about this, like, are there any animals that like you don't agree when you see someone hunting them? So we can start with you, this one, Gustavo. Like when you see someone hunting these animals, you say, "Oh my God, I don't agree with this."
Okay, are there any animals that you don't agree when you see someone hunting them? It will be the animals that was scarcely, like being almost extinct. So that all animals, I will not agree for hunting them.
Like maybe some species that we don't have anymore, yeah, in the environment. Like we have like just one, and you, swelling.
I agree that animals that can be suffer the risk of extinction don't be hunted. I don't know what with animals now, but we know that there are some species that, and the others too. I think we have to kill the animals just for it, but I disagree when they suffer. It's a complicated situation. I eat the animals, but I don't want the suffer. It's complicated, but that's
Yeah, it's really complicated. I was reading about like a religion. I don't remember if I think it's like muçulmanos. They have like a specific like butchery to buy the meat, because they can't eat meat if the animal was killed like in a cruel way. Like the animal needed to have a good life. They needed to didn't suffer to be there. So I think it's something really nice. And you, Nathaniel, are there any animal that when you see you don't agree?
It's a specific animal, but not because of the animal. But last month I saw news that in Iceland, people killed 500 dolphins just because it's a traditional in the country. So when I said that, I was, oh my God, they killed 500 dolphins just because it's traditional. They want to do this once in the year. So it doesn't make sense. You kill an animal just because people do this a long time and continue doing.
Yeah, it's really like sad to see this kind of tradition. Yeah, I don't think it should be like a tradition. And but like you said about dolphins, and I was hearing about like sharks too. That here in Brazil, like we have that people say that it's a fish, but it's not. Is the meat of shark? I think is cação. I don't know if you ever heard.
No, here it's not
Yes.
common sharks in Fortaleza, but I think last year has a case that some people killed a shark because they was too close of the person who is in the beach. So they goes into the sea and take the shark and kill just because probably will be a dangerous.
Yeah, it's really complicated. Yeah, because like beach is not a place for people. It's a place for animals. We are there. So if the shark is getting close to you, you need to like go out and not the shark. So and you, Daiane.
Um, I think there is one animal that I really relate to that I think that shouldn't be hunted. That is the octopus, because they are very smart. You know, they are very complex in a lot of ways. Like they work, it looks like their brain works similar or even better than ours. So I think that it's really sad when we kill this kind of animal because he's so complex. We should like be studying this animal, not eating it, you know, or killing it. So this is the, I don't know, it's not the only one, but it's the first animal that comes to my mind when I think about hunting. And I really feel very sad about it because once I have watched a documentary about about octopus, and it was so beautiful, you know, like the complexity that this kind of animal has, that I don't know, I feel very sad when I think about the fact that they are killed, you know.
Yeah, but like all the animals that people find like on the sea, they want to eat. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, but it's really complicated. I agree with you that it's a beautiful animal too, and so it's an animal that we should like study more about. And so, going to the number 9, what role should animal welfare play in discussions about hunting? So, Diane, we can start with you. What do you think?
Um, I think that this is essential, you know, because I think that everything that we are talking, or most part of it that we are talking in this meeting, is about this animal welfare. So I think that those things are very related. I think that, as I said before, hunting is also very related to the environment, the balance that we have in the environment. But the other part of this, I think that this animal welfare, because as you said, we are talking about animals that has a life, so probably they have emotion, they can feel like pain. So it's complicated to just kill as if it was a object or something like that, because they are not. So I think that those things are very related. So those people should be discussing this topic together.
Very good, yeah. And you, Gustavo, what do you think?
I need you help for understand the question.
Oh, okay.
Welfare. I didn't know that word. I translate here, but even translating, I can't understand.
Oh, okay. We can translate welfare as bem-estar.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see like the question. Oh, what role should animal welfare? So we can say, tipo, qual que seria a importância de falar sobre o bem-estar dos animais quando a gente está falando sobre caça, you know?
I'm sorry. I can't. My mind is blocked with that question. I couldn't
Oh,
understand. I don't know why.
okay, if you want
What?
to think more.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but what is the what to have with each other, bem-estar and the hunting? It's like a hunting for having bem-estar, for having welfare, like this.
No, it's not this, but like I will try to translate better. Qual deve ser o papel, assim, do bem-estar do animal nas discussões sobre a caça? Like, do you think it's important to think about the welfare of the animal when you are hunting? Você acha que é importante saber falar sobre o bem-estar do animal quando você está falando sobre caça? Se está relacionado?
Okay, I will listen more. I will hear more.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So what about you, Swelling?
I think the theme we should talk more in our society, because like Diane has said, and the animals suffer pain, and they have feelings. So it's cruel to kill just for fun. And I think the laws can be more strong in order to fight against the hunting. I think that the animals have feelings. They deserve live. I think that's it.
Yeah, so I totally agree with you. I think it's something important to talk about too. So, okay, Nathaniel, but thank you so much for the conversation. Thanks for participating. So, I think we can go to the number, let me see. The number 10 that we were talking about, like traditions, yeah. So are there cultural or traditional aspects of hunting that you find important to consider? So Ellen, what do you think?
There aren't for me. I don't think that there are a way to preserve the culture or the traditional and kill the animals. I think that totally a bad thing, a bad practice to do. Even we are talking about traditions, traditional. I think it is not a good practice to do nowadays, and to learn for the kids.
I was trying to think here, but I agree with you. I think the only thing that comes to my mind is like indigenous people. So I think this is something traditional, but it's something that they need to do. But they could live like with just like fruits and vegetables too. That is something that we see, yeah. And I think that's it.
But they hunting too, right?
Exactly.
In my thought, in my opinion, the other traditional culture countries, just hunting. I think I don't know if I am correct, for fun, for continued a traditional. So I think it's a bad, not as ethical to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. I saw that like in United States, like if we watch the TV shows, we can see like all the time like a head of an animal in the wall, yeah. So it's really different. And you, Dayani?
I agree with you. I think that we need to consider the indigenous people, because sometimes they need to like kill to eat. But I'm trying to think about other cases, but I don't know. Maybe we have to consider the cases that people that has uh, a specific religion, that involves like a ritual or something with animals. I think that we have to respect. I think that we should question it, but at the same time respect. But there are also other things that you mentioned before that I think that is not completely related, but is something important to consider too. That is, it's the animals that are considered sacred for some cultures or religions. This is very interesting too. It's not something that affects hunting like directly, but I think that is something interesting to think about too when we are thinking about cultural or traditional aspects of hunting.
Yeah, you said this, and I was remembering that it's so common on, oh, I forgot, on Halloween, like people hunting black cats. So I was thinking about like some traditions like this. And you, Gustavo?
I just agree with hunting if it is to eat or for control the whole system. Traditions, I think it is not. I'm not agree with, but I respect. It's I think I can separate my opinion from respect. It's okay. I respect, but I don't agree. So and yes, for it and for control, just if you have a tradition to control the animals, it's okay. If you have a tradition to eat the animals because you don't have nothing else to eat, it's okay. And if you eat because you before have balanced the animal, it's okay. I live on a farm, for example. We create cows here, and we create them, and eventually we sell to eat, and I think it is okay also, because we have created that animal to that specifically kind of thing. So to control, to balance, to eat, it is okay, but not to fun, and to fun against the face of the animals, to hurt them, because I can't see, I can't see nothing. I can see just foolish and vanity doing that kind of thing. When I think in eating, I can see some good thing, and I can see good things also and balance it. I have one opinion that humans, it's my opinion, are animals also, but they are most important animals. So we can do some things to our good, but it can't affect the good of the animals in a very scalar way. So is the way that I think.
Oh, it's really nice what you said, like thinking about this. And I think this is a good topic to talk about, like if like humans are more important than the other animals. And I want to know, Gustavo, what's your opinion like about people who keep wild animals as pets? Like some people who they keep like sharks as a pet.
Why wild animals as pets is like animals that aren't common to it.
Yeah, like lions, sharks, or like snakes.
Okay. My son is crying here. I can speak and he will reply after. I have to. Can he is replying for me?
Okay, no problem. So Daiane, what about you?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings because at the same time that I think that they should be in the nature, sometimes I think that they can have a good life if the people that are taking care of them treat them well, like create a healthy environment for them to live as wild animals, for example, or just or try to create them, to raise them since they are born, so they wouldn't have this contact with wild nature, for example. I think that would be different. And I can't see so much problems, if it's punctual, because if we did that for all the animals that we find in the nature, would be a catastrophe. But if it's just something punctual, like one people or another that has a monkey, for example, I think that this is not so bad if they take care of them properly.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I think like for me, even if they have like money, I think there are some specific cases, yeah, like oh this animal we can't put them like on the forest again because they will not survive. So like for me, I think okay, but like you need to have money because it's really expensive to and induce swelling.
Know. I don't know, guys, because if the animal they are in their local, in their home, I don't know. I think it's not correct to take the animal from away their home, and bring it to my home. I, but I I I I think that we have to analyze case by case, in order to take away the animal from their home and bring it to another place. I think that's it, because I don't know, how can I say in English? I forgot. Nós invadimos the space of the animal when the human being destroy the forest, for example. So the animal doesn't have this home anymore. So I think we have to think, analyze case by case.
Yeah, very good what you said. Like we need to like comprehend that we like I don't know how to say this, but we affected the environment that they were living in, and not like the opposite. So, and you, Gustavo?
If I start thinking about the animals, I think in all of them one time was wild, maybe. Now we have domesticated a lot, like dogs, cats, and the others. But talking native way, I think humans didn't create nothing, and we on the past are also wild. So I think it don't have a specific problem in in keep wild animals as a pets. I can't see any problem with that, but I will see problem with we do bad things with that animals. So for me, it will depend about the way that you will care about that animals. I know that the animals can be to humans like a therapy, so it can help us. And if it help us in that such a way, I think that specific human will not do bad things with that animal that helped they a lot. So it will depend about how you are managing that animal. It's it.
Yeah, I think like it's really complicated, yeah, to think about this, because like when you have, even if it's a pet like a dog, we don't know how they will like behave in some situations. So I know that some people, they just like abandon like the dogs because the dog like I don't know, bite their kids, but you put like this pet in your house, yeah. So I don't know, it's really complicated to think about this. But guys, that's it for today.
I am
And
I will be on choose here to,
go
to a
ahead.
to a last speech. I'm in a very hard decision on that last days, because I live in a house that aren't finished yet. So we have some doors that need to finish. So our house can be entered for by wild animals, like wild cats here. And you have listened my son here crying, so I have some humans to protect. So and I have some days that the cats enter my house and the dirt with your little pets, every tables, every pier, for example. And I don't know for what place that animals have passed, and I use that place for care about my son. So I have to protect who I have to protect first, my son or the wild cat. So because of it, I have that opinion. So for me, human beings is more important than that all of the others animals, and we have to protect us first, and after we will protect the animals. It don't mean that I will do exactly a bad thing to the animal because I'm protecting someone. So I'm passing for that hard decision what I will do with that cat. I haven't done nothing until today, but I think I'm trying a lot of things, trying to feed them in another place. Uh, Maybe when I begin on a day that I have money to finish my house, that problem will stop. But until that day happen, what I will do?
Yeah, and I think like it's a different situation, yeah, because the cat is entering your house, and it's not you that are putting like this animal there, but like cats are animals that we can't control. Like I have three, and sometimes more cats come to my house to bother them, so it's totally impossible to control them. And but thanks for sharing about this. I think this is something